Hello again, Andy here. Let's talk about having tax withheld from your Social Security payments for those of you who are on Social Security payments. This video should be pretty short, but who am I kidding? I say that a lot and I end up rambling on because I'm quite loquacious. But anyway, if you do get Social Security, you don't have to have taxes withheld from it. You can if you want to. By default, though, there won't be any taxes withheld. So when you go and sign up to start your Social Security benefits, or if you're signing up as getting a spousal benefit or a survivor benefit, they won't automatically withhold any taxes for you, whether you sign up online through the Social Security website, or if you go to your local Social Security office. Regardless, you start benefits, they do not have taxes withheld for you. If you want to withhold taxes, there's a separate form you have to fill out, which is Form W4V. You can find a link to it below in the notes of this video. You fill that form out and then either mail it in to your local Social Security office, or you can physically walk in and hand deliver it to the Social Security office. They will then process. I don't know how many pay cycles, Social Security checks come out once a month. I don't know how many cycles it takes or how much lead time you need to get them that form for them to put in effect your withholding, but that's how you would do it. So you cannot have any state income tax withheld. It's not even an option. So Social Security isn't taxable at all in roughly 40 states, or at least from a state income tax perspective, roughly 40 states, I think it was 38 last time I checked, do not apply state income tax at all to Social Security payments. The other 10 or 12 that do may. It depends on the rest of your income and some other different scenarios, but point is, even if you do want to try to have state income tax withheld from Social Security, you can't. There's flat out not an option to do it, period. So it's really just federal income tax withholding that we're talking about, and that's what you can do on the form W4V. Now there's only 4 choices that you can have, or 4 amounts you can have withheld, technically 5. The 5th choice being 0, no withholdings, but again, that's the default option, is nothing is withheld. If you do want taxes withheld, there's only 4 options: 7%, 10%, 12%, and 22%. That's it. You can't have any more, any less than those 4. So here's another little wrinkle. If you are getting Social Security payments and you're on Medicare, so you're having Part B premiums, for example, withheld from your Social Security payments, the withholding percentages you elect on Form W4V will be based on the amount of your payment net of the Medicare premiums deducted. So let's give an example. So let's assume, I'm just making round numbers here. Let's assume your gross monthly Social Security benefit is $1,000. And let's assume your Medicare Part B premiums are $100. Now, it's not the case. They're currently $170 a month this year, but let's just assume it's $100 to keep the math even. So you have a $1,000 gross Social Security benefit minus the $100 Medicare Part B premium that's deducted out of it. So your net Social Security check you'd get would be $900. Now, if you do elect one of these 4 tax withholdings, again, 7%, 10%, 12%, and 22%, it'll be based on that $900 net payment you're going to get. So let's assume you opt for the 10% tax withholding option on Form W4V. In our example, that means you will have 10% of $900 withheld, or $90 of federal income tax will be withheld for each monthly Social Security payment that you get. Make sense? That's it. It's pretty straightforward. If you ever want to stop or change the amount of your withholding from your Social Security, you just have to redo Form W4V and again mail it to your local Social Security office, or walk it in, deliver by hand, whatever you choose to do. Now, should you withhold taxes? Completely different story. That's not something that's able to be answered or able to be dictated through a video like this, where I'm not finding out any of your particular circumstances. I'm just talking to the world in general. I do have other videos that I'll link below that will help you decide or help you figure out and take into consideration the things you need to be aware of when determining how much income tax, if any, should you have withheld. It's unfortunately not that simple to say, yes, everyone should withhold X percent from Social Security or not. For what it's worth, if Social Security is literally your only income that you have and that's it, there's no interest, there's no dividends, there's no wages, there's no pensions, there's no annuities, no nothing. If Social Security is your sole source of income on your tax return, then you will not ultimately have any federal tax obligation. Even if you're married and both of you are getting the maximum amount of Social Security, which is roughly $40,000 a year per person, if you delayed your benefits to the fullest, even then, that'd be, $80-ish thousand of gross income for a married couple. Even then, if Social Security is the sole source of that income, you ultimately will have zero federal tax obligation, and it's because of the way Social Security is taxed, or how much of it's taxed, and the way the standard deductions play into your tax calculation. So if that's your scenario, again, Social Security is literally your only source of income on your tax return, then you're ultimately, I can't say always, but I've yet to see a scenario where you have something other than zero ultimate federal tax obligation for the year. Now, if you got other things, again, pensions, annuities, dividends, capital gains, very different story. Then you have to check out the videos below to see, okay, how do I figure out for all of my anticipated sources of income for the year, how much to have withheld, if anything, from Social Security or from my IRA distributions or from my pension, etc. But that's it. I'll leave that there for now. It's a whole other ball of wax I can ramble on for days, so I'll leave that for another video. All right, hope you found this helpful. Take care. Bye.